a few years ago, I was 13 or 14 and I was in a boarding school. I just came back from school and my aunt sat me down in the living room with my sister, and she told us our dad had been taken to prison at a very young age. And at that moment, at that instant, I knew I had to step up. I knew something had to change. I knew I had to make a fuck ton of money, because now I'm left with my sister and my mom. And yeah, as a man, things have to change. It's time to step up. So I started looking for means to make money, to make millions. That's when I discovered Andrew Tate, because that's when Andrew Tate just he gained virality and he was selling courses on how to make money. So I bought a course on copywriting, right? And yeah, that's my first failed business, because I failed horribly. I failed. I didn't get anywhere. I didn't make no money. And during that period, that's when I discovered the gym, right? On a random day, I was in a restaurant and I saw a few guys leaving the gym, a few big guys, and I felt inspired. I went to the gym, I looked at the gym, and I loved the gym. I joined the gym, and that's when life started becoming better. Right? I joined the gym. 3 months after, I became way more confident. I started getting more girls. The friends I had before, the the female friends I had before started liking me more. Right? The gym, I went from being skinny and having a bad posture to just having a good posture, having a bigger chest, and that gave me a lot of confidence. And keep in mind, I'm still trying to make money. I'm still looking for means to make money. And during that period, I start posting content, posting gym content, posting me just working out. My second business, I invested a lot of money into drop shipping, e-com, right? Selling stuff online on websites. And with this business, I made some money, but I still ended up failing. So keep in mind, I'm young and I've already failed in two businesses. That's crazy. Most people don't ever try anything, any idea they have. But I'm about 15 and I've already tried multiple ideas and already have failed businesses. One of the biggest things I fear in life is regret. Because if my life ends right now, if I'm on a sick bed, there's nothing I'm gonna regret, because I've done every single thing, every single idea I had, every single thing I had. I've done it. I failed in most of them, and in some of them I've made progress. So yeah, let's continue the story. And during that period, I knew I had to quit video games. I stopped playing video games. I stopped smoking weed with friends. I got so deep into self improvement. I started reading books. I started hitting the gym. I started just just doing good stuff, good behaviors. I'll give you more context on the arrest. So basically, my dad is a medical doctor, and in our country, we had a civil war. So the government said he was treating the criminals, right? So that's how everything happened. So yeah, and everything that has happened to me has led to this point right now. Where I am today, everything has led to this point. A lot of people look back at their experiences and they'll be like, I've had a bad life. It's time for me to be a victim. I'll just become a bum. At least I have an excuse to become a bum. Because as a kid, losing your dad as a kid, as in not seeing your dad for about, I don't know, for ages, it's detrimental to the kid, right? But rather than making excuses, I had to step up. I had to go deep into self improvement. And I felt like if my dad never went to prison, or if I never lost my dad at a young age, right now I would still be playing video games, smoking weed with friends, probably being overweight. I swear I wouldn't be lean if I hadn't had that experience. So the experience shaped me. It shaped me to who I am today. I could have chosen to become a victim, but I decided to use my circumstances as fuel to push me closer to my goals. And yeah, that's the mindset I keep every single day. Everything happens for a reason. and that's how I'm able to overcome adversity. That's how I'm able to to excel and elevate and reach the next level always. No matter what's thrown at you, you need to keep showing up. You need to keep in mind. Just something you need to keep in mind is everything happens for a reason. Whenever something bad happens to you, tell yourself it's for a reason and it's redirection. It's not something bad, it's not a negative experience, it's just redirection. Whenever something bad happens to me, I tell myself, what's the lesson I can learn from this? I'm excited whenever negative shit happens to me because I'm like, okay, what lesson have I learned from this? It makes me a better person. So it's almost like a butterfly effect where if that negative thing never happened to me, I wouldn't be where I am today. It's like in the past, if one thing changes in the past, then the future changes. So I'm glad everything happens. I'm glad all the negative shit happens. I'm glad of how life has turned out. And that's how you're meant to be. That's just the mentality you're meant to keep. Losing my dad at a young age helped me to find my passion. It helped me in finding what I like, because now I had to try dropshipping failed. I had to try copywriting failed. I had to try posting gym workout content, it failed. And that's one of the biggest lessons I'm taking out of this. Whenever you have an idea, you you need to try it instantly. Like, you need to work with speed. That's one thing I learned from Andrew Tate, right? Even though right now he's kind of weird and political, but one thing I learned from him is speed. You need to move with speed. Try that business like right now and fail. Once you're failing, you're getting lessons, because in everything I've done there's lessons. And that's how I view life. Life is all about lessons. If you watch my Instagram stories, I link my experiences to lessons, and it somehow links back to fitness and my nutrition, right? Anything that happens to me, it's all about mindset and lessons. Mindset is everything, right? The kind of mindset you have can either, it shapes your life, it it molds the kind of life you want. And that's it. Life is all about lessons. Your experiences do not define you. Use your experiences as lessons to push you to excel and to reach the next level, not as an excuse to be a victim. If you're looking for one-on-one help, click the link in the description, book a call, and I'll see if you're a fit for my one-on-one mentorship transformation. Let's go.